Good morning, Pillai.
Good morning, doctor. How are you, doctor?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine, doctor. How are you?
I mailed you, Pillai. Have you received it?
Yes, and I replied. Just while before I seen that, and I replied. But
Okay.
yesterday I did not see.
Okay. But I didn't get the reply yet.
It is from academics, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
The
didn't
mail
get.
ID.
Okay. Oh, you replied on 7th itself.
No, just now.
On 7th, I got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but 10:31. Okay.
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. Because
Okay.
you'll be on time. So when it will become 10:31, just I check my email. Maybe any message would have come.
Perfect. Okay, Pillai. Pillai, I would like to tell you,
Yeah.
to everyone particularly, we want to start writing our thesis.
Okay.
Anyway, the research seminar presentation will be over very soon after
Mhm.
doing everyone's. Meanwhile, we can also manage to write something on your thesis. I will guide you for the next week.
Okay, doctor. Sure.
Perfect.
I'm collecting a lot of material
Very good.
associated with my topic.
Very good.
Australia has launched a new hydrogen vehicle last week.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It is on road. Actually, hydrogen storage was the issue. So somehow they managed chemical hydrogen production. They started, and the vehicle was on road. Soon there will be a big change. I can expect.
Very good. So yeah, so you can also include a lot of things that happened in Australia as well
Yes, yes.
in your studies.
And a lot of geopolitical issues. Latest development in South Korea. And all this, if you see I'll be presenting it. If you see the greenhouse gas emission, the climate change started the early 1900, and
Mm-hmm.
it started picking up by 1950. So that no, sparked my mind. Why it started in 1900 itself? Then I checked the First World War. It came to my mind. First World War started, and the
Mm-hmm.
climate change also started. After the First World War, if you see the Industrial Revolution, it is after the First World War. Why? Because the American people, after the World War, the weapons and all associated with the nitrites, they don't know what to do with that. So what the US gave assignment to their scientists, find some alternates from these nitride explosives. So from that, they found out these fertilizers
Oh,
to convert these explosives and
okay.
into fertilizers, and then the industries, a lot of industry started. So there's a lot of relation between
Mm-hmm.
the geopolitical issues and after war math. A lot of changes is happening, which is not good for the human. The war itself is not
Absolutely.
good for the human.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and now a lot of issues, Georgia and Azerbaijan and Russia, and this um, Israel war, and again South Korea, they declared some martial law. Lot of lot of issues going around the world. One part of the world they are talking about climate change. The other part of the world, the happenings are not happenings are not supporting the human being. What to do?
It's very difficult to
Yes, yes,
hear and see what's going on the worldwide.
yeah.
I thought after his introduction, Donald Trump, I
Yes, sir.
felt yeah, it's going to make some changes positively, but it's not
Yes, sir.
going to be.
It has made it has fetched some positive results. So Iran is now silent. So Iran actually, Trump was no totally against Iran. So Iran now is a little bit silent. It has some positive effect on India also. Again, in Bangladesh, a lot of happenings
Mm,
around the world. Yeah.
And I'm talking what Iran is not signing.
What Iran?
What Iran is not signing, you said something about. Iran.
Silent. Iran is
Iran
silent.
is silent. Okay, I heard it's
Yeah.
like not signing. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I will tell you the reality. When
Mm,
Donald Trump became the president,
mm,
the world really expected a lot of changes. That's the
mm,
results that we could see in terms of US bond, and the gold rate has been reduced, US bond rate has been increased, the US dollar appreciation happened, and everything has been resulted into.
mm,
At the same time, uh, they were supporting, I mean, the US government, US, particularly Donald Trump, was really wanted to stop the war between
mm.
Israel and Palestine.
Yes.
But now it's going another direction. Syria,
Mm,
an internal crisis, and many other things is going on. The world
yes.
is under the great dilemma, and a lot of traumas is going on in different ways. And
Yes.
at the same time, India and US, they're having a very long-term good relationships, and they're
Yes.
really good in that as well. But now it's also going against it. The reason I will tell you, the BRICS countries are decided to create a new currency. BRICS country. You heard about BRICS
Yes. Yes.
country, yeah? Very
Yes.
good.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So actually, US president, he is very open warning has given the previous day. Those who are going against US dollar, which means de-dollarization, obviously, we making an open warning not to have any connection relationship with the trade and other things. So
Yes.
one example, China is also started, one of some of the products from the China, they have stopped it even, like taxes or something they have increased. Or recently I have read an article.
There will be opposition, doctor. If you see, even Europe, when European Union, they wanted to have a common currency. A lot of opposition. Yeah, among the whites, US also one among them. Then Britain, they wanted to get out of this European Union currency because all they are playing the dirty politics because they want to secure the dollar, US dollar.
Yes,
They are,
absolutely, absolutely.
it will be there, but having opposition, having all these restrictions, we have to go through BRICS currency. Otherwise, they will be ruling the world indefinitely.
Absolutely. No one can dominate them. No one can even ask against them or raise the voice against them. That's a concern, obviously, no
Yes, big
doubt.
brother attitude they have all the time. So someone has to. India has taken the side that they will have a friendly relationship with Russia as well as US. So,
Mm.
US, the
No,
Trump has a.
India is always having a very diplomatic position and strategy. Always they used to do, because at the same time, Russia, they keep a very good relation at the same time with the US also,
Yes, doctor.
because
So
it's traditional rule and law of India. Because India doesn't want to intervene with the territory of any other country. India never done that yet.
yes, yes, doctor.
That is, we are really proud of it.
So, with a friendly move, definitely the BRICS country, there won't be much, there will be opposition because they are getting affected with the US dollar, the US, but it will be overcome. So that's what I perceive. Let us see what happens.
I was looking others, why others are not joining.
Yeah, Mr. Bala, you must have heard about it. His mother passed away 2 weeks before. The Sunday, same
Oh,
Sunday, a week before last week.
oh, oh
The
my
week
God.
we had a break. Yes,
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. He informed me.
So,
And Shashikumar also is on leave. He already asked me, like,
yes, Dr.
he'll not
Sasikumar
be
traveled.
attending.
Yeah, Sasikumar traveled to India. He wanted
Yeah, I'm traveling
to.
to India for 2 weeks. Luckily, I got a leave approved.
Yes, yes,
Luckily,
yes.
I got leave approved.
It's
Shashikumar is
me.
telling.
Lucky it's not luck. It is my luck.
For us, it's not luck. Oh, which means that you have approved the leave.
Yes, yes.
One
I
second, one second,
only I only told him. Yeah.
one second. Yeah, one second. Pillai, Pillai, can
Yes,
you
doctor.
please wait for 3 minutes? Actually,
Yes, doctor.
I have got some emergency to make some
Oh,
payment. No,
okay,
some payment. Someone has come out from, so I need to take my money because it's in
okay.
the other parts. Okay,
No
I'm just taking it. Okay, just wait.
Okay.
Just a second. Reached. Yes, Pillai.
Yes, doctor. No
Yeah,
one has joined so far.
yeah.
What
No
shall we
one
do
has
about this?
joined. I was thinking. Ruben has already informed me he will not be
Mhm.
joining because of the work pressure. So can we just start it anyway?
Okay,
We
doctor.
can send the recordings to everyone, right?
Okay, doctor. Okay, doctor. Then I'll be presenting my the second part.
Yeah, you can brief it anyway. You can just
Okay,
brief
doctor.
it the entire things.
Okay. I have, okay. Shall I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. You can share your screen.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, global energy transition.
Yes.
Oil and gas industries in the Middle East. Yes, perfect.
So this is my second presentation as a shoot.
Yeah.
So I have already prepared the ice-breaking Menti for this today. Maybe I will be conducting next week if time permits, because only we two are available. Uh,
You prepared, Mendy.
yes, yes. Okay.
Great.
Yes, yes. So next week I'll do that. No problem.
This one we can do next week.
Okay.
This one, what you have included in that?
The questions from this presentation. So the
Okay,
people
perfect. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
so people who are watching the recorded session, they'll be answered
Very good.
remotely.
Very good. Very good. Innovative one.
Okay. Okay, doctor. So this is the agenda we are going to discuss today. Recap from my previous presentation.
Mm-hmm.
What is energy? What is emission? Climate change and energy transition? What all about these terms? Then the problem statement of the thesis. Then the importance of the study and research questions and research objectives. Energy supply, as already discussed, the fossil fuels play a major role in energy supply. Almost 75% of the total supply is from fossil fuels. Oil and gas are the main fuels being used in transport sector, industrial sector, also heavy reliance on fossil fuels. Of energy, transport, and industrial. I'll be showing the total contribution to each sector in the coming slides. The
Mm-hmm.
emissions associated with fossil fuels, however, need to be curbed in order to avoid irreparable damage to the planet's ecosystem. Among the three main types of fossil fuels, that is oil, gas, and coal, solid, liquid, and gas fuels. Coal, solid fuel, is the most polluting one, while natural gas has the least one. In between coal and natural gas, oil plays. Oil means diesel, petrol, and other. Okay, so this is what it is. And from the fossil fuel, we can see the greenhouse gas emission. There are different
Mm-hmm.
types of greenhouse gas emissions, especially from the fossil fuels, to contribute to the environmental emissions. These are all the greenhouse gas emissions: carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases. These are all the GHG, greenhouse gas emissions. Fossil fuels are considered to be the primary reason for the anthropogenic, means human activity, caused the emission of carbon dioxide. The 18th century industrial revolution is considered to have triggered a rapid growth in the release of greenhouse gas emission. The carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere was around 280 ppm parts per million, and it has increased to 450. Out of this 135 ppm increase from 230, 100 ppm of carbon dioxide increase has resulted after 1960. So almost 75% of the AGC effect is after 1960. It's a very clear-cut evidence that the fossil fuel caused the high greenhouse gas emission. So this is the contribution of fossil fuel versus emission. If you see, 66% of the climate change is caused by carbon dioxide. Among these all four types of greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide is 76%. Out of this 76%, the climate change is caused by 66% of the total climate change gases is caused by carbon dioxide. How it is being measured? The annual greenhouse gas index. This is what how they are measuring. How it is being measured? Carbon dioxide is responsible for 2.14 out of 3.222 global radiative force. This is the index they are global radiative force. This is what they are having. So meaning that currently carbon dioxide causes 66% of global warming. So why we should worry about this global warming? If you see, when this global warming started, as I said at the beginning, this
Mm-hmm.
is a year 1880 up to 2020. The year is the x-axis. Y-axis is the temperature change. So the temperature was negative change up to early 1900. So the First World War was 1914 to 1919. Here it started from negative, started increasing here. The Second World War from 1939 to 1945. This is where it started
Mm-hmm.
increasing to positive. So it increased positive. It was going back again. But from 1960, late 1960, by 1970, it started increasing positive in a linear way, gradual way. It is increasing. Now we are around 1 degree, 1.5 degree. We are global warming is. So why should we worry about this global warming? The global warming causes climate change. During 20th century, as I mentioned, the global sea level rose by 20 centimeters. The pace of rise in the sea level accelerating every year. Over the last 2 decades, it has been almost double the last century.
Pillai, your voice is scattering.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, once again. No, no, it's not clear. No, it's not clear, Pillai. Can you disconnect? I mean, your audio, and please connect it again.
Yeah, disconnected and connected. How it is now?
Hmm.
It's not clear?
I can hear you well, but it is some stack is happening in between.
Is it okay, Doctor?
Once again, can you speak?
Hello.
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
I'll go to presentation. Okay. So in the past 7 years have been observed to be the warmest since records began 2020, being the hottest year ever. We can see the climate change everywhere. The summer become very hot and winter become very cold, and the monsoon becomes cloud burst everywhere. Even the floods, recent floods from 2020 onwards, we can see in Kedarnath, Badrinath starting from 2020, and even recent floods in south part of India. Lot of floods every year we are facing it. The year 2021 set new records of natural disasters, including heat waves, wildfires, storms, and floods. Extreme weather events are now considered to be a new normal, as experts predict more intense natural calamities, including wildfires, storms, floods, and droughts. This is about to come. If you are not curbing this, if you are not reducing this global warming or climate change, definitely it will end to a natural disaster very soon. So now, this is a temperature change. This is the energy versus emission. So greenhouse gas emission, we already saw 75% of the fossil energy is being supplied by the fossil fuel, and industrial process is 6%. Agriculture is causing 11%. Land use change and forestry means deforestation is causing 3.3% of greenhouse gas emission, and waste disposal is causing 3.3% of greenhouse gas emission. So among these, the major chunk is from energy sector, and next is the agriculture. Why agriculture activity is causing greenhouse gas emission? The main gas getting emitted from agriculture activity is methane. Methane from the livestock and the dropping from the cows and everything. The methane is getting generated. That is a methane emission from agriculture, not carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide emission is from energy sector as well as industrial process. If you see what percentage of greenhouse gas come from fossil fuel, it's around 75%. If you see the out of the 75%, main contributor is power plant. The power plant is emitting around 1667 million tons of CO2 per year. The next is petroleum and natural gas system. It is emitting 340. So the power plant is being supplied as a fuel by petroleum industries, and the oil and gas industry itself is a second major causing the emission of greenhouse gas emission. That is the reason we chose this topic. So we have to reach the oil and gas industries will go for a change, and it has to reduce their emission. And refineries also comes under oil and gas only. The downstream of oil and gas is the refineries. That is the third one. So these are all the three highest source of greenhouse gas emissions in the United States. This data is from EPA. EPA is Environmental Protection Agency US. So it is common for all over the world, even though the figures will change, but it's a common three causes of high greenhouse gas emission around the world.
Mhm.
If we see the energy sector, the breakdown of greenhouse gas emission from the energy sector, the 42% is from electricity. So that is what here we saw that the power plants, electricity, and fugitive emission, that is the methane gas emission from agriculture. And manufacturing and construction is around 17%. Other fuel combustion is around 1.6. The transportation is the second largest. The electricity heat generation is our topmost contributor. And second one is transportation. Third one is manufacturing and industries. Fourth one is building. So UAE is concentrating all these four major contributors: electricity, manufacturing, building, and transportation. We are contributing all these four major chunks of greenhouse
Very
gas.
good.
With respect to transport sector, if you see the among these 22%, the transport sector, the passenger road vehicle are contributing the major greenhouse gas emission. Passenger road, 44.4%, almost half of the emission is coming from the passenger road vehicles.
Okay.
Road freight vehicles, by the goods and other carriers, heavy vehicles, it's around 30%. Aviation and shipping, they contribute equally, 11%. Rails, it's very minimum, 1.2%, because most of the rails are by electricity. And other sources are by 2.5%, 2.6%. So the major chunk is from the road transportation. 30% plus 44, almost 75% by road transportation.
Okay.
Already we talked about this climate change. The global efforts, what are the efforts taken by the climate change? 1/3 of the world's oil is produced in the Middle East. That is Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, and United Arab UAE, Kuwait, Qatar belong to the world's top supplier of fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels.
As the world increasingly focus on sustainable development and mitigating climate change, the oil and gas industry face significant challenges and opportunities. Why we call it as a challenges? They are under pressure by the government laws and policymakers that we have to reduce the carbon dioxide emission, because the second largest carbon dioxide emission from the oil and gas industries. So it's a challenges. Opportunities, by reducing the carbon dioxide emission, they will get more customers, and it is called the green fuel, green market. It will wide open. They can charge higher premium price on their product. The
Okay.
growing importance of sustainability and alternate fuel stems from the urgent need to address environmental challenges and mitigate climate change and reduce dependence on finite fossil fuel resources. This is the main importance of the sustainability and
Okay.
alternate.
Okay.
So we talked about energy so far. Now we
Yes.
talk about energy transition. The World Economic Forum defines an effective energy transition as a timely transition towards more inclusive, sustainable, affordable, and secure energy system that provides solution to global energy-related challenges while creating value for the business and society without compromising the balance of energy triangle. We already talked about the energy triangle. That is the security of the supply, affordability, and sustainability. Sustainability means it should be sustained for a long period of time, the supply. That's called sustain. So these three are calling the energy triangle. So if not only the affordability and sustainability, the security of supply also very important.
Okay.
In energy 2022, out of 8124 of 26, ARENA's report, that is International Renewable Energy Association. ARENA is nothing but International Renewable Energy Association. It's the main part for the COP 28 and 29 also. The report, they are talking about global energy transformation roadmap 2050. Energy transformation is defined as a means of achieving energy transition. The means of achieving energy transition is called energy transformation. The World Energy Council defines energy transition as a fundamental structural changes in the energy sector that occur worldwide and are not an isolated phenomenon. We have already seen what energy sector means. Energy sector means these are all the energy sector. Electricity, heat, manufacturing, transportation, building, these are all the energy sector. So the energy sector, there will be a structural changes in the energy sector. Market defines energy transition as a new qualitatively different phase of energy transition earlier transition dynamics as an example of broader set of sustainability transitions. Sustainability transition research emphasizes in the interconnectedness of social, technical, institutional, and political changes and stress path deficiency and lock-in.
Mhm.
So we will see, we have seen what is energy transition means. Now we will see the energy transition is a new or already done. There is already energy transition happened in olden days. The first energy transition propelled from the industrial revolution, mainly attributed to coal replacing biomass. Earlier, people are using biomass for as a fuel.
Okay.
Now coal
Okay.
was replaced as a biomass, and wood was replaced by coal. The second energy transition was shift from coal to the refined oil from the refineries. Second, the third, the world is now experiencing the third energy transition, that is from it is more vibrant and intriguing and impactful compared to the earlier one. It is fundamentally a sustainability driven energy pathway with a focus on decarbonization of the energy sector. Energy transition, therefore, can also be termed as sustainable energy transition or low carbon energy transition. That's what the world is now focusing on. Here, the sustainability refers to the ability to maintain or support process continuously over time. That's called sustainability. The principles of sustainability refer to the three core concepts of environmental, social, and economic sustainability. Sometimes it can be colloquial language, it can be termed as people, planet, and profits. This is the main pillars of sustainability. So now we have talked about energy transition, and climate change. So now we'll focus on the problem statement of our paper, our thesis. The use of energy is already we have seen closely linked to the environment. CO2 emissions from energy and industry have increased 60% since the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, and signed in 1992. Energy transition is a pathway towards transformation of global energy sector from fossil-based zero carbon by second half of this century. At the heart of ongoing energy transition, it is need to reduce energy-related CO2 emissions to limit climate change. The renewable energy is already supplying 25% because 75% of energy is from fossil fuel. The remaining 25% from renewable energy. 25% global electricity needs at present. To achieve net zero emission by 2050, almost 90% of the global electricity generation is to be supplied by renewable. There should be there will be a phenomenal change from 25% to 90% the renewable energy has to contribute. So for that, it's not easy. Each country has to build a lot of infrastructure with respect to substations and renewable energy. Even UAE is going to invest on building infrastructure for the substations and other energy transmission related works. ADVIA and our UAE government is going to invest. Last week I read an article. By 2030, they are aimed to some billions of dirham. They are going to invest on building up the infrastructure.
Okay, great.
Renewable energy has already become an important stakeholder in energy sector, accounting for over 80% of the global newly added power generation capacity 2020. By owing 59% of the world's oil reserves and 45% of global gas stock, the Middle East region has always been a key player in geopolitics of energy. It is high time for oil and gas sector to remodel their business to adapt this change. The world is transitioning away from its centuries-long dependence on fossil fuels, and for oil producers in the Middle East region, the global energy transition is a fundamental change in their business model. They have to rethink about their business model and they have to remodel it. It's high time because the next 20-25 years, there will be a great change.
Okay.
So importance of this study, the prime importance from the regulatory compliance. The stringent regulations with respect to in Europe and US, the regulations are very stringent to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to promote use of alternative fuels. Understanding these regulations and adapting business strategy accordingly is crucial for compliance and risk management. Global energy transition, we have already seen about how the energy transition is happening around the world. Market dynamics interpretation, consumer preferences and market dynamics are changing with an increasing demand for sustainable and environmentally friendly practices. Innovation and technology adoption. So what this oil and gas industry is going to do for the net zero? Net zero is nothing but the zero emission while producing oil and gas. That's called net zero. Innovation and technology adoption. So even though there is a carbon dioxide emission when we produce oil and gas, They have to capture this carbon dioxide and store it and transport it and reuse it. And energy, they have to use energy in efficient way so that the minimum energy, the maximum output. That's called efficiency, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So output by input is the efficiency. So with the maximum output, with the minimum input, the energy efficiency will be increased so that the energy consumption will be reduced. Thereby CO2 emission will be reduced. And methane emission reduction also. Adaptation to energy transition. Adapt to the global energy transition by integrating cleaner energy sources and technologies. So this is the importance of the study. So
Very good.
I will be concentrating on each element mentioned here in the coming objectives and the questions.
Okay.
So I have jotted down the questions, research questions, almost 15 to 20 questions, 15 questions I have jotted down. I'll present to the team and you, doctor, you can review and help me to reduce number of questions, or you can
Sure.
give more
Sure.
input to increase the number of questions.
Very sure.
How can the oil and gas industries adapt their business models? I have given different colors for the highlighted words. The business models to remain competitive in a decarbonized energy landscape. So how
Okay.
they have to remodel their business to remain competitive among the globe. What role renewable energy sources play in complementing traditional energy systems during the transition?
Yeah.
For example, the cleaner energy means less carbon dioxide emission. So, how the oil and gas industries play a complementing traditional energy. Traditional energy system is from oil and gas. From oil, definitely the carbon dioxide emission will be higher. How they are going to change their business model towards low emission? For example, changing their business strategy towards more gas production rather than oil production, converting oil into gas. These are all the some of the strategies.
Very good.
What are the key challenges faced by oil and gas companies in reducing their carbon footprint while maintaining profitability? Because reducing carbon footprint is not easy. We are not going to get any money back. If you are going to build a carbon capture unit, they are not going to get money directly from the product, isn't it? It is an investment,
Yes.
but it is a debt investment. It's a negative investment. Even our many industries, when they calculate NPV for the carbon capture, it is negative. Nobody is going to spend their valuable money at present in their
Yes.
hand
Correct. Correct.
for zero return. So how these are many main challenge for the oil and gas industries. But the government regulations and worldwide the efforts is forcing oil and gas companies to invest their money to capture carbon to reduce carbon footprint while maintaining the profitability. If they invest
Yeah.
more on the zero return, their share price will come down. Recently, Adna Gas has been one of the listed companies in ADX. If Adnag is investing for zero return, then it will affect the share prices. So the company has a responsibility to tell their stakeholders that we are investing for the future, not for the return. So the people should
Yes.
understand. So it's a sensible sensitive investment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the fourth one is how can advancements in energy storage technologies accelerate the global energy transition? So the present problem is the energy storage, whether it is hydrogen or solar power or wind. The energy storage is the main drawback. That's the reason, even though the electrical motor has been invented long back, but still the electrical motor is not being used in the transportation sector because the
Correct.
energy cannot be stored. So it has been replaced in rail transportation by laying the cables all along the track. But in road, it is not possible. In the railway track, it is possible. They can lay a cable so that energy storage is not needed. Directly, the energy can be taken from the cable and the train will be moving. But in the road sector, road transportation sector, it was a challenge. Now technologies are evolving to store this energy with advanced battery system and
Good.
hydrogen storage. Many technologies are evolving.
Very good.
What are the economic and social implications of energy transition for Middle East region? So Middle East region greatly depends on fossil fuel. How the energy transition going to impact the economic and social implications in the Middle East region? That also we are going to ask as one of the research questions.
Yes, yes. Pille, just a second, Pille. Yes, Pillai, please continue.
Yes, Doctor. So the sixth question will be what strategies can be implemented to ensure just and equitable energy transition for all stakeholders. Some of the questions may be repeated. We can reframe it after you going through all the questions, Doctor. Just whatever
Yeah.
comes to my mind, just I put it in the research question. How can digital technologies such as artificial intelligence and blockchain support the optimization of energy system during the transition? Because UAE is adapted artificial intelligence and the digital technology. Even ADNOC has adopted one of the key tool
Yes.
for improve its energy efficiency. So how it is going to help? Plus, energy needs artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence needs energy. This was the statement given by our group CEO during this COP28 29 start of COP29. What role does hydrogen play in the future energy mix, and how can the oil and gas sector contribute to its development? Hydrogen is going to play a major energy source for the upcoming energy mix. How
Okay.
should governments design policies to balance the need for decarbonization? And what collaborative efforts between industries, governments, and academia are essential for accelerating innovation and in clean energy technologies? Because academia also playing important role, like us, the research and development. A lot of PhD researchers will come out with strategies and innovation and technologies with science background researchers will come out with a new technology for the clean energy. How can carbon capture, utilization, and storage (CCUS) be scaled to offset emissions from hard to abate sectors? Some of the
Yeah.
sectors, the carbon dioxide cannot be abated. So how they can offset these emissions using this technology? What role do energy efficiency improvements play in reducing global energy demand and emissions? How can public perception and community engagement be managed during the transition away from fossil fuels? Because this question is linked with this fifth question, economic and social
Okay.
implications. And because public support is needed, because this responsible use of energy is very much needed at this hour for conserve energy to reduce the
Yes.
carbon dioxide
Yes.
emission. So what financing mechanism are needed to support large-scale renewable energy projects and decarbonization efforts? Because green financing is needs very much needed, and the money has to be invested in green financing so that the carbon capture and decarbonization projects will come up. What
Yes.
benchmarks or indicators should be used to measure the progress of global energy transition initiatives? What are the initiatives there? What is the benchmark and indicators? For example, how much carbon dioxide they captured per year, and whether it is sustainable or it is going in a positive trend or negative trend. So these are all the benchmarks and indicators is needed for the energy transition initiatives. It is a booster for the people who are implementing these initiatives. These are the questions came to my mind. From the questions, I derived these objectives to analyze the anticipated transformations in energy sector over next 25 years in the context of global energy transition. So, what is anticipated energy transformation is going to happen in the next 25 years? To evaluate evolving energy mix. So, what is renewable?
What first one is to analyze the anticipated transformations in the energy sector over the next 25 years in the context of global energy transition. It's very good.
Yes,
Okay.
doctor. The energy
So you
sector.
wanted to analyze what is going to happen, what is the kind of a transformation will be there over the 25 years. Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
So to evaluate evolving energy mix is nothing but what are all the contributor for the energy, what are the supply, fossil fuels being the 75% of the fuel for the energy. Out of this fossil fuel, how the future the energy mix will change. From fossil fuel, it has to be
Okay.
reduced and the renewable energy is going to increase. So how much it is going to increase, and identify the key drivers influencing future energy supply and demand.
Okay.
To assess the changing market dynamics and the future role of oil and gas industries in meeting global energy demand. The future energy demand also going to increase, like our even for artificial intelligence, it needs energy. So market dynamics, it is demanding for energy, more energy. How oil and gas industries is going to play a major role in meeting the global energy demand at the same time reducing the carbon dioxide emission. So to identify which segments of energy sector are expected to undergo fastest transition and understand the factors driving these changes. Energy sector, we have already seen the power, transportation, shipping, aviation. These are all the energy sector. Out of this energy sector, which segment of the energy sector is going to have the fastest transition? So power generation and transportation is going to change fastest role, because we might have seen a lot of changes in the transportation sector. Building already it is doing, building, green building, and solar power for domestic electricity generation is already implemented in some of the countries. But transportation worldwide, now only they are starting. So the next 25 years, I perceive, but it has to go through the data collection and analysis. As of now, so far the articles which have gone through, the fastest transition will be the transportation segment, but it will be confirmed by the data analysis. To examine the
Perfect.
adequacy of current technologies, because current technologies play a major role in energy storage. So the adequacy of current technologies in delivering sustainable energy solution, and explore areas requiring further innovation. That also we are going to examine in this paper. These are all the objectives of the study. And I put some more objectives also, to determine the policy interventions and government support with respect to green financing and other things required to facilitate a smooth and equitable transition for the oil and gas industries. To explore the role of emerging energy technologies such as hydrogen and carbon capture in achieving decarbonization goals. To investigate the socio-economic implications of the energy transition for communities in Middle East region depending on traditional energy source,
Very
which
good.
depend on energy traditional source. To evaluate the role of digitalization and innovation, because I have taken from the questions, the digital technology I have put as a 7th question. From there, I put the objective, because after answering the questions, we will be getting some
Yes,
answers.
yes, yes.
So the digitalization and innovation in optimizing energy system during the global transition. To propose strategies for ensuring a just and inclusive energy transition that balances environmental, economic, and social considerations for the oil and gas sector. So research methodology, just I was literally searching in search engine what methodology I can follow. I learned about primary, secondary data collection as in during our classes.
Yes,
There will be a qualitative and quantitative data collection also. But data
yes.
analytical tools, as you mentioned in the last class, we'll be using SPSS, Statistical Package for Social Science. I will
Yes.
be expecting support from you. Statistical test, regression, ANOVA, analysis of variance. ANOVA, I have little idea because I have undergone training in Black Belt Lean Six
I've,
Sigma.
okay, okay, okay. Which
So,
one? Which one? Sigma.
Six Sigma.
Okay, very good.
So little bit I know about it, but I'll get more knowledge from you for the
Okay.
ANOVA and the regression statistical tests.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Some descriptive analysis also needed. The use cases, what I learned from the search engine is the surveys, experimental researchers. These are all the use cases. And as for, of course, we'll be using Excel for basic data analysis, descriptive statistics, and pivot tables. Then I learned these blending methods. You can help me, doctor, for more about these blending methods.
Sure.
The data triangulation. The data triangulation definition I learned from the Google, that using multiple data sources to confirm findings. The example is combining primary data, the interview questions, with the secondary data, the government reports and from the websites of historical documents to analyze the phenomenon. The benefit out of this triangulation method is reduces bias from relying on single source of data. So we are
Yes.
combining interviews as well as the government reports, so that now we it will reduce the bias. That's what the benefit I learned. And methodological triangulation definition, using different methods, qualitative, quantitative, or mixed, to study the same phenomena. Example, conducting surveys for quantitative and follow-up interview qualitative to understand user satisfaction. The benefit of this methodology is provides a comprehensive view by interrogating numerical data which rich narratives. And theory triangulation, the definition of theory triangulation is applying multiple theoretical frameworks to interpret data. Example, analyzing organizational culture through both social identity theory and structural functionalism. So just I have learned this terminology. I'll further learn about more social identity theory and structural
Perfect.
functionalism further. The benefit out of this method is it offers diverse perspectives, enhancing interpretive depth. So these are all the methodology I have just
Very good.
mentioned here. you can help me, doctor, which methodology or
Sure,
further
sure.
any other methodology we can choose or not.
Very sure, very sure.
Why I choose this blending methodology? Because it will be qualitative and quantitative. So I want to combine these two for the data analysis.
Perfect.
That's all from my side, doctor.
Yes, very good, Pillai. Can you just go behind the your research questions, please, once again?
Yes, doctor.
Research questions. So you are having almost 15 numbers of research questions. I understand why you have added this much number of research questions to compress it later. Yeah, we will be taking something very important, or we will be taking under the particular variable. For example, imagine two questions you feel comes under one's variable, yeah, comes under the one variable. We will be writing together, or we'll be generalizing the question. Yeah, we'll be generalizing the question. After that, we'll be explaining, more things in the research methodology chapter or some other things. So our research question will be very brief. Research question will be very little. It can be maximum five. For some of the research, there will be only one or two questions, only research questions, major
Yes,
research
doctor.
questions. So no problem for us. We can add it. It depends upon if you're going for a wider study, we'll be having more number of research questions. No doubt in that. So the second one, uh, you are talked about research methodology one. Can I see research methodology part once again? Yes, you will be using your SPSS that we can discuss on that, and survey experimental research. Why you call it as a experimental research?
Just I take it from Google, doctor. I want to discuss with you. I don't know. These are the use cases they mentioned. These SPSS examples
Okay,
of using
okay.
these SPSS.
Okay. Actually, we are not doing experimental research for our research, particularly your research. We are doing a kind of, okay, we can say exploratory research. We are exploring something. Yeah, experimental research mostly happen in the science subjects.
Yes, doctor. Yes,
It's
doctor. I understand.
experimental basis, yeah.
Yes,
Okay. But with the help of these regression and our descriptive analytics, we'll be testing our hypothesis. We'll be having some hypothesis developed from our research questions and objectives. Excel for. Okay, Excel also we can use it for. Yes, qualitative and quantitative. Can you go for the next one? I think research methodology, you have discussed something more, yeah? Yes. Blending method.
If
That
you
same
can,
thing that you have already mentioned about it, blending method, there's a qualitative and quantitative analysis, you're using both. Conducting surveys, you're collecting the comprehensive ideas from the people. Okay, yeah. Okay. Can you move from one first slide to once again, please?
very first slide, doctor.
Yeah, first slides, yeah, first slide. You have recapping of your studies, yeah. You can go back like this, research question, energy and emissions. I have noticed one questions. Okay, yeah, energy supply. No, not from here. THG. So you referred green gas house in your research question.
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Fossil and fuel emissions. Yes. Next one. Next one. Deep dive in. No, not from this side, because that side you have explained in detail. Not from this side. Climate change. Climate change is you have already explained the first presentation, I remember. You have
Yes,
given some more details in that. Okay, global efforts. Okay. Energy transitions. Fine. These things, whatever you have added in your slide, it's not going to be waste. It's not going to be futile. You are going to add the same things in your literature review chapter, because you're talking here history of energy transition. You also want to collect the qualitative data. These data, already you're having the statistics. You can attach with your data analysis interpretation chapter. So whatever we are doing, we are building our foundation. That's only. Sometime Pillai may be thinking like, why we didn't start yet our dissertation, we didn't
no,
start
doctor.
writing anything.
No, doctor.
Something people may be thinking about it, because research thesis start only after having a very strong foundation. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I know
I
that
believe that.
you are having that the foundation because you comes from this area where you are from. Yeah, so I'm not having any doubts in that. But in it comes to the PhD, we have to have something more into that very strong foundation for that. That's fine, nothing else. Okay, okay, yes. Next, can you share the next slide?
Problem
Problem
statement,
statement. Yeah, that one we have already discussed that one for the study.
importance of the study,
Yes.
research questions.
Okay. And one more thing, Pillai.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, this part. Now, your major ideas of your research proposal is ready. Yes. Your
Okay.
title is ready. Your question is ready. Question, you need to compress it. We can
Yes.
have a discussion later as well, or you can
Okay.
do yourself. After that, we can have a review session as well, face to
Okay.
face. Or no, I mean, we can have a separate individual session, no problem. And one more thing I want to add is that your research title, your research proposal, your statement of the problems, many things are ready with you. I think this research seminar presentation is having a good outcome in terms of your work. And those who have seriously worked, they have things and they have a content. They need to copy and paste it in your thesis. Okay, so now I can suggest you can be ready for a third research proposal for not this month, the coming month, only January only. Okay. So now what area you are going to focus for your third
Um,
research presentation?
More on the combining these questions and objectives, fine tuning the objectives. Based on that, the research methodology, I have to focus more on that.
Okay. In the final research seminar presentation, I expect maximum number of people over there. So you
Yes,
are
sir.
going to give a recap in the sense everything in a very nutshell. You're not
Yes.
going to explain anything more, but you're going to give an idea what is important aspects of your research proposal. Yeah, we know that research proposal, what other things should be there. So you'll
Yes.
be writing the first part of the research proposal, yeah, in the slide itself. The second part is something uh, you discuss about the trends, challenges and all, yeah, already you discussed it. Something interesting that you mentioned before starting the session here, geopolitical impact. You discussed today something geopolitical
Yes,
impact.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Australia, what happened? Something interesting, uh, incidents,
Okay.
happenings that you can
Okay.
discuss separately.
Okay.
That is, third research presentation is something very general one. We are not giving you more into our research topic, something related to one general topic, some discussions you're going to bring. You're
Okay.
bringing attention to others. Why my topic is having relevance?
Okay.
Because even I was really happy when you mentioned about Australia, that hydrogen one you mentioned about it, yeah, hydrogen
Okay.
gases and all. So you are going to bring something most happened in the
Okay.
worldwide, bring in the
Okay.
example, realistic example you're going to. You can have some visually appealing slides.
Sure.
Yeah, some statistics and graphs you brought it. That is
Okay.
good. That is we say is a visually appealing one. Instead, in addition to that, you can also take the statement of the people,
Sure.
statement of rulers, some leaders of the country, what they're talking about it. Yeah, what impact is going to create. Somebody is telling, yeah, we are going to change from the greenhouse GHG, something that you mentioned it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, why people are going behind it?
Okay.
Why people are telling these kind of, yeah, decarbonization policies and all? Any statement, reality, case
Okay.
study, something you can bring in the next presentation. Okay,
Okay.
now and one more thing I want to add, while we are going for completely on research presentation, we may get some bored. So
Okay.
I'm going to send you some mail
Okay.
regarding employability skills. You
Okay.
can present any of the employability skill that you wish to present. It's a 10
Okay.
minutes presentation, 10 to 15
Sure.
minutes presentation.
Okay.
In that 10 to 15 minutes presentation,
Mm.
you can talk about anything like you feel this is the important skill required for the new generation people and the new, the candidate that you are looking for the job, or the presently that for even the people like professionals like us. Okay, employable skill can be adaptability skills, communication skills, emotional intelligence, or memory, anything, something
Okay.
interesting. So you
Okay.
can also, very importantly, you can include that Mentimeter.
Okay.
Ask some
Okay.
questions, interesting question under that, how the
Okay.
people felt it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
their perceptions and etc. into that.
Okay.
Third one, you can also include some videos. How to include the video? The video link you can copy from the YouTube related to the skills, some videos related to adaptability, team building. Any one topic you can take it, emotional
Okay.
intelligence, which is
Okay,
your
doctor.
passionate area that you can take it.
Okay,
Then
doctor.
some video you can include in that.
Okay,
Then
doctor.
some creative discussions you can bring, like some activity. You can ask them to do some activity meanwhile. Yeah. Whether, for example, someone is looking for the memory, your topic is memory, your short sensory memory you're having, long memory you're having, you can show some picture and ask them to remember. Or you are giving some 15 items in the PPT, ask them to read it for the 15 seconds. Then you are stopping the slide, asking them to recollect all the things, write down anywhere. So we will be looking into who is having a good memory. Some kind of a creative discussions. You can also include some activity as well into that.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
doctor.
apart from our research seminar, we are doing that. Some, we must be having some interesting discussion as well. That's
Engagement. Yeah, we call it as engagement session.
engagement sessions. So I believe next week you can do that, right?
Okay, doctor.
Yeah.
Next
And
week I will be conducting the mentee. Already I have already prepared mentee, some 20 questions. So in addition to that, I will be preparing this presentation also, the employability skill, some
I think
initial.
this Mendy, if you're not okay, you can give a brief discussion about what you've done today.
Okay.
You can give a brief discussion about what you've done today, like your topics and all. Then only they'll be able to do this Mendy, right?
Some questions only, all are generic questions only, doctor.
Then it's fine. Then it's fine. No problem. Then it's fine.
All the questions are related to environment only. That's my studies are.
Okay, so I will ask you to share within 3 minutes, 3 minutes, your
Okay.
overall view of your slides, what you presented
Okay.
today. Just
Okay.
3 minutes. These are the slide I prepared the previous classes because no people are not here at the time. That's why
Okay.
you can just simply give an idea about it.
Okay. Okay.
So this is all about Pillay, and I don't want to take enough time. So
Okay.
thank you so much. Your progress really visible. Your progress is really visible in many ways.
Okay.
And I believe once we're ready, we'll be having in one-to-one session, individual session to give more clarity on your work. So I will be giving some certain deadline. You are good in that, the deadline. I know very well. You're the one who submit your submissions and everything. I don't want to talk about it. So Shashi Kumar, you have given section, yeah, approval.
Yes, I only
Okay,
told him to go and meet his parents. Actually, it's a 10 days
okay,
holiday, so only 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday only. So I asked him to go and meet his
okay.
parents.
Good. Okay, okay, Pillai. Thank you so much
Okay.
then.
Thank you,
So
sir. Thank
please ask others people to join if the people who are in your contact, if they are available for the next week.
you.
So we'll be doing that at the time.
Okay, then. So
Thank
next
you,
week,
thank
my
you.
presentation, I don't know about Sasikumar, whether he'll be able to, he has already prepared or not. I'll check with him.
Okay, okay, okay. So you
If
can
he,
also ask them to do that employability skills presentation anyway.
okay, doctor. Okay,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
okay.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
doctor.
much.
Thank you,
Bye
doctor.
bye. Bye bye.